Alright guys, I kind of got myself in a bind. I'm at the shop and we got another roof to do. And it's another Winnebago roof. And unfortunately, this is more of a tale of caution when you're buying these RVs. This customer, they're actually down from Tucson, Arizona. They contacted me and said they had purchased this RV. They had it at their house. The roof started to leak. They brought a mobile tech out to take a look at it. The mobile tech said, hey, your roof is all screwed up and this entire RV is garbage and you need to just get rid of it. They had just purchased it, so it's obviously not the first thing they wanted to hear. And so they contacted me and saw to see what maybe could be done to save it. And I think we can save this, but I want to just show you. Definitely take a look at the roof. I really do try to stress how important roof inspections are, because that is what's keeping out the weather. Let's take a look at it. This is actually a 2003 Sundancer Class C, so it's an Itasca, but it's built by Winnebago. So when they contacted me, I felt really awful once I saw the pictures, because I could kind of see what was going on, and it seems to me like whoever sold it to them probably knew this was an issue, didn't disclose it was an issue, and was just trying to unload it really fast. And it upsets me to see people getting taken advantage of, because I've also been taken advantage of. So we're gonna do our best to help them out. So I got in the low head bay right now, but that's fine. I'll be on my knees anyway. So you can see pretty standard delamination. It's not uncommon to see, but what you may not see is this molding right here. There are RVs that have molding on the side, but Winnebago does not have molding on the side like this. When they bought this, somebody had already fixed the roof. They didn't tell them that they had fixed the roof. Obviously the radius got damaged and they tried to do a repair. This is aluminum. And they put aluminum in that channel, screwed it down, and of course the screws were only going into the phylon and the 1/8 inch luan, so those screws don't hold very well under this tension. And I don't know if you can see the entire roof moving. It pops up. It's even worse up here, so I don't know if we can see how much this is moving. We do have a turnabout here because they did have to go on a trip, and I told them that's going to do better than anything. So I can recommend a turnabout. I really can. And you should be able to see how much has popped up over here. So we're really not doing too much. And the other side is the exact same problem. So this whole thing's loose. You can kind of see where the water's puddling, because now that we have molding all the way around from here, of course the front cap acts as molding at that point, and the rear cap acts as molding. Now what we've created is basically a bathtub. Water just sits here, doesn't get off the roof. So Winnebago's designed this to be seamless, where water just rolls off the top of the sides really easily. And there's nothing you want less than to hold water on a roof. So at any rate, we're gonna go ahead and get this roof torn apart, and I'll show you what we find underneath there. I'm sure it won't be very good. Let's get a new one put on. Luckily this is a shorter coach, so it shouldn't be too much work, right? Now some of you guys might be joining me from Andrew Steele, RVing with Andrew Steele's channel, and shout out to Andrew Steele. I don't know how to do that linky thing, but I'll put something in the description. I might even try to figure out how to do that linky thing. So for those joining me from Andrew, welcome. I appreciate it. I'm definitely not as articulate or well-versed or excited most of the time as Andrew Steele, but join me as we try to fix this roof. Oh, and thank you, Andrew. Now, traditionally, I'll start on the inside and take everything out on the inside, because vent trims need to come off, TV crank handles have to come off. I have to take the AC apart. The skylight's got to come apart, and another vent. And then one more vent. So they actually have 3 fantastic vents. That's pretty rare. And this had originally, when it was built by Winnebago, this was a entertainment center up there. That's all been torn off. There's some other issues with this, but what we're trying to do is stabilize the coach so that at least they can use it, feel safe in it, and address things that might be smaller issues down the road. But we have to have a functioning roof and a coach that doesn't fall apart driving down the road. So that's the first goal we're going to go through. Okay, so just about everything on the ceiling's been taken off now. Just dropping the skylight, literally and figuratively. So you can see, I do know that this skylight was cracked. You can see the crack right there, which is why, before I started this job, I got a new skylight to put on. And these are expensive little guys. You can see water has been leaking in right there. That's pretty common. And of course, water's leaking in right there from the roof. So this right here isn't too alarming. Luckily, we live in the desert, so we don't get a lot of rain. As you can see, water was leaking on that side too. But here's a pretty good cross section. This is what the roof looks like. So when I talk about the Phylon material, that's that white material right there. The Luan, which is 1/8 inch plywood, and then foam. There's no real structure to a Winnebago roof. It's all just one big laminated panel. It's going to be very similar to home construction that I've been watching, the SIP, those insulated, that foam bonded to plywood. Except this doesn't really have plywood you can screw into easily. So I need to take that apart, and then I can take that front cap off. Because if you've seen any of my other videos about repairing or replacing Winnebago roofs, the front and rear caps cover the roof and actually help keep the form down. It's doing a lot to anchor the roof down. So you just can't cut the roof at the cap and then go to the roof or the cap. Otherwise, you've severely weakened the roof and probably it's going to fall off. Luckily, this is Class C, so the front and rear caps come off pretty easily. All right, so I just took the little fascia board down with the speakers on it, and you can kind of see how all the screws are basically pulling out. So this entire thing has been rotten. There's not a lot of structure for that to hold on to. We'll see it a lot better once we get that front cap off, but I know they'd asked me to see if I can secure that better, but you can see somebody just kept putting more and more screws in, and surprised it didn't hold it. They've actually been using these 2x4s to hold it up. And again, in fairness, there was supposed to be an entertainment center right here, so there would have been a whole cabinet. You can see the remnants of the cabinet right there to support everything. So it's not supposed to support all that load, but it does now. I didn't even have to take those out. I could just pull those screws completely out of the roof, the ceiling. So this is the front cap. It's fiberglass. I just have to pull the screws out that are holding it, and there's going to be some more up at the top too. And then basically the inside's taken apart. You can definitely see how bad water has been getting in right here. This is not going to be part of the repair. In order to actually replace this paneling, that's not a job I would undertake on a coach like this. Well, on most coaches, it's really a difficult job to replace ceiling panels. Like, incredibly difficult to do it good. All right, and with that, the inside's all taken apart. That wasn't too much of work. So all those screws have been taken out. Our AC disconnected. All the vents, skylight's been taken off. Only thing that might be questionable is a radio antenna. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do right here, and haven't come up with a plan yet. It might be easier once the front cap's off to get a better idea. It's just so upsetting that somebody did this to somebody. Alright. So, let me just tear it apart from the outside. There's that radio antenna I was telling you about. That should come off okay. So on this front cap, we'll just have to take these caps off, take the few screws out, and then break the sealant that's holding it down at that point. Now this is fiberglass, so we can't pry on it too hard. Everything else is going to be pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of screws, a lot of disconnections. This solar panel we won't be putting back on. That'll get thrown away because it's broken anyways. Yeah, we'll be replacing all the vents too. Here we go. We're going to go the beast mode and not bother with the screws since they're not doing anything anyway. They're all rusted.
Oh, it's metal.
Yeah, that's aluminum. It's seamed at the front. So it's safe to say water's probably getting in there. What do you think, Chad?
I would assume so.
Well, you're making some good progress there, Chad. I bet it'd be here if I helped.
Maybe. Well, someone's got to hold the camera.
Well, we got priorities in life. Well, there's the same. Yeah, it is that Loctite. Power grab. It did work. I guess I'm a believer in that stuff.
Oh, that stuff's great. Especially the red tube stuff. A little pricey, but
I don't know why they did this.
there are repairs on the other side. Or maybe they did this for delamination.
That's a good point. Maybe it was delaminating.
Hey!
Oh!
That truck.
Sorry.
I think it's important.
I know, it is important.
Packing the other side from the lift.
Probably. Well, it's a mystery box. I think they just added this. I'm guessing the dealership did it, like Chad was saying, because it was delaminating, and they thought that would hold it down. But I think it did a lot more damage than good because it actually let all the water in and held water in there. You see how water's been holding in there. So I don't know why they did that, other than it was delaminating. I figured there'd be a big chunk of this roof missing underneath, but there wasn't. Just so much water staying right there. Everything you wouldn't want on a roof. You know, I don't know what's more upsetting is that this was done, or the amount of effort that was put into putting this down the wrong way, right?
Someone spent a good couple days doing
This was a lot of work somebody put into repairing the roof on this, and it was for nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, Chad, it's weird. Every time we do one of these roofs, I feel like I'm always saying nothing sticks to Winnebago roof sealant except for
Winnebago
roof
sealant.
sealant.
It's like peeling off old.
It's like a dead, like when you get sunburn really bad.
Peel off the sheets.
I don't even think this was roof sealant. I think you were right. I think it's like a interior DAP.
That they tubed and brushed on.
Don't do this. Stop it. You think there's an issue right about there?
I think there's an air pocket here.
That's for breathing, so the deck can breathe
Oh, shoot.
and let water in.
Yeah, my mistake.
Well, I found a use for a Turnabon to hold water inside underneath the satellite or a solar panel.
That is a good use.
That is a good use for a
when you
Turnabon.
need damn water.
Well,
The repair had to have been here because there's only 1 1/4 pieces of foam in this radius hiding from me.
so yeah, the radius wasn't really torn other than the damage up front there, but that was cosmetic, and I would have just body worked that. I think they did this repair to.
This was the original damage
Right.
because there's mold underneath the tape.
Mold.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A lot of rust. It's gonna not be coming. It's not gonna come off the foam very well.
It'll come off perfectly, Chad. Don't be so negative. No negativity, Chad. The radius was intact. They just thought they'd secure it better and caused a lot more problems with their securing. All right, so we got the ladder off. Let all those screws wanted to come out nicely. Let's try to get the rear cap off. Took that cover off. Just have to pop out these things. These things are miserable. Winnebago has these. If they aren't gonna just break and fall apart, they snap out and you lose them. That's gone. Let's see, it flew over here somewhere. Gonna find it. Ah, there it is, found it. But yeah, if you lose these, it's pretty common. So get those off, then we can pull the cap off. And we'll start taking a look at what's going on underneath. Now with the ladder out of the way, we just have to break the sealant adhesive loose on this rear cap. It's just basically a bead of nice Sikaflex urethane adhesive, so it's fairly aggressive, hard to come off. Rather than trying to pry it off, because you will just break this, it has to be cut the entire length, so just a lot of effort. Even the vibrating tool doesn't help out much right there. So, and this will just be that, and then exact same procedure on the front cap.
You should get a GoPro for your forehead.
You know, why don't you get a go forehead for your GoPro?
Hold it up.
I can try.
And I'll cut the butyl from the inside.
Yeah. I don't know, what do you think? You think we could have saved it and just relaminated it?
Not so much.
So I'm pretty confident that repair is what actually caused all this problem.
It's good in the center.
You can kind of see where all that laminate or the glue on gave loose. Just on the side. It's all rotten. The glue gave loose in the middle, but that's pretty common. But that's okay. Actually, it did give loose because you can see it ripped off the top of the glue on. I was wrong. So a lot of rot right there, almost like where the water was pooling.
And there. And there. And then over there.
All right, so there's the cross section again. So you can see it's just Luan, foam, Luan, and Phylon. There's no framing in these things. That is the frame and the structure. My next step isn't to take the deck off, because my next step is to see if we can't relaminate the sidewall up front. Right, Chad?
Yes'ms.
Yes'ms, says the man. You know, these things are like $500. Did you know that? Well, there's your problem. You need to take a shower now. That's really weird, Chad. Like another vent lid underneath the vent lid. That's why you replace them.
Peel them off.
I guess I probably should have showed that too.